Safety and security.
So the first thing I wanted to do this week was get my basil planted on my balcony. I switched out my old Miracle-Gro soil for something higher quality. I'm using an organic soil called Coast of Maine, which has a great reputation for really making plants thrive. I'm not sure if this is just a New England thing or if you can find this brand anywhere, but it is the brand that I've heard really great things about. I love having fresh basil plants because pesto is one of my favorite sauces. I am a sauce person, a condiment person, so I love pesto. I'm still perfecting a pesto recipe, but I believe it is not finished until you add some lemon juice and Parmesan cheese. I've been making my pesto by blending it in a blender, which I think is my first mistake. I think that I really need to switch over to a food processor so that it still stays chunky and you can see the little chunks of basil leaves in there. So I am definitely going to switch over to that to make this recipe a bit better. This is also my little hack. Instead of using a watering can, which I, for some reason, can never seem to find the right kind that I'm looking for, I am reusing an old water bottle and I poked holes in the top of the cap so it comes out to kind of like a shower head, and that is how I water my plants. So I work on a farm, as you might know, and today was the first week of the CSA. So because I work there, I get a CSA share, and there's something about working with vegetables all day long. It just makes me crave them so much. Like, I've been staring at the spinach and bok choy, and I can't wait to eat spinach, and that doesn't happen. So I'm so excited to make a stir fry tonight with all of the vegetables that I got. So I'm not gonna put spinach in a stir fry, but I have baby bok choy, kohlrabi, which is new to me. I've never tried that. It's kind of like in the broccoli cabbage family. Apparently it tastes like broccoli stems. And then I got mini daikon radishes, which again, never been a big radish person, but I'm gonna give it a try. And I think that's it for the stir fry. Rock is really trying to get in. I got, stop it, stop. That's not good for you. I also got scallions and green garlic, which will go in the stir fry too. And that's what Rock keeps trying to get at. And that is really not good for him, the garlic. And then I also got a ton of spinach because spinach is loving it right now. It's like a cooler spring. So the spinach is huge, like the leaves. This isn't even a big one. It's like as big as my face. And this is like a medium-sized one. So I got a ton of that because you can freeze spinach. So I'm gonna freeze some. I'll keep some raw, and then I'm also going to make some ice cubes, like spinach ice cubes, that I can put into smoothies. So that's my plan with my CSA share that I got this week, and I'm really happy about it. I'm filming in my bedroom, and that's really not the place to go over food items, but it's the quietest place right now, and there's good light coming in, at least that I can see. Not behind me, but I'm looking at a nice little view. I'm actually looking at the basil that I just planted, which I got from my farm as well. So I got 4 little basil plants. I love pesto, so I got 4 plants to put in my planter, and I switched out the soil. So I heard, or one of my coworkers was telling me how Miracle-Gro should be illegal, that it's really not good to use. So I got an organic soil. It's called Gulf of Maine, or Coast of Maine. It's called Coast of Maine. And I don't know if they have that everywhere or if it's just a New England thing, but that's the soil that I used. And yeah, you can see these. I'll show you my basil plants from the window. And there they are. I can see the basil from the bedroom. And the little hanging pot. It's a little droopy, but I think they'll perk up. I had them inside in like the shade for a week, so they'll perk up. But I'm excited for some pesto dinners coming up. I feel like that is like 2 or 3 meals worth. I use so much basil.
Four feet on the stripes in the Alabama highway. Out there in the open, just a wishing and a hoping. I could smell the pines when I let you in the doorway. Took the seat next to mine like you've been there before. I'm befriended and in a loose I could never stand to lose ya. I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended and in a lose ya. At the end of my bed, in the palm tree lightning, it was nothing you did, I just felt my love lightning. Now we talk all the time, it's a little one-sided, always one step ahead, and I'm running behind you. I'm befriended and in a loose ya. I could never stand to lose ya. I get by
All airport patrons, for your safety and security.
I'm just gonna call you and ask what number you're at.
I traveled down to Maryland to visit my sister, who is a new mom, and being an aunt is just the best thing in the world. It was so fun to see how much she has changed. Babies just change so quickly. She is the cutest little thing. She has these big eyes, and she's always staring at you and taking everything in. While my sister was working on a different day, I had taken my niece around the neighborhood for a long walk, and she fell asleep right away, and I listened to a podcast, and I felt like I was living my best suburban mom life, and it was really sweet and really fun. Are you confused? You sleeping? Hi, baby. I love you. Then I had a night out in Boston to see Jagged Little Pill, the musical, which was so good. And on the way, we had this very intense train conductor.
And I will be your motor person for this evening. You can call me the master for short. Next up will be King Square. The doors open